Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Christmas Q&A I posted on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram asking you to send in all your questions about Christmas. So today I'm going to answer those questions for you. Number one, what are some of your favorite traditions you had growing up that you want to pass down? Some of my favorite traditions were just honestly hanging out at the house and watching Christmas movies, and we would make cookies and sit by the fireplace and have hot chocolate and we made a big deal about decorating the tree, and if we got a live tree, we made a big deal out about going out and getting a live tree. And then there was going out and looking at Christmas lights. Those are the traditions that were my favorite, that I would love to pass down to the kids. Especially now that Nevaeh is getting older, I think we're going to be able to start doing more, and because she seems to be interested in stuff that we're doing, but I think that's just because we're doing it, she wants to be involved in some way, but hey, that's how they get started, so yeah. Okay, how do you celebrate Christmas? I'm not exactly sure what they meant by this question, but if you're asking how we celebrate, when I was younger, celebrating was a little bit different. We'd go to church and we'd go see the Christmas play that they did, and we'd go see the living Christmas tree, and then Christmas Day, we'd open presents at our house, and then we'd go to my grandma's on my dad's side, and then we'd go later that night to my grandma on my mom's side, and we spent Christmas Eve at my great-grandma's. So that's how we celebrated when I was younger. How we celebrate now is, honestly, we sit around the house and we watch Christmas movies, and then Christmas morning we'll do presents as a family, and then sometimes we end up spending all of Christmas Day at home, and other times we end up just kind of scattering out and going different places. Okay, so how are you spending Christmas this year? That's still kind of up in the air. We don't really have any solidified Christmas plans. Right now, it's looking like we're spending the entire day home, and we'll open presents sometime that day, and we'll do our Christmas dinner, whatever we decide to cook that night, and we'll probably just lounge around and watch Christmas movies. So that's how we are planning on spending Christmas this year so far, because we have not figured out when we're doing Christmas as a family. Okay, your favorite Christmas movie? Year Without a Santa Claus. What do you or did you leave for Santa? When we were kids, we left Santa cookies and milk, and as we got older, my dad always talked about how Santa likes Jack and Coke. So really, it was just cookies and a play on a drink. It was just a different drink depending on what. Usually it was cookies and milk, and it was traditional, or we do cookies and hot chocolate, or we do cookies and Jack and Coke. Because when I was a kid, they had a Jack Daniels commercial with Santa in it. So I think that was it. But I remember everybody talking about how Santa liked Jack and Coke. Okay, so worst present you ever received. Okay, now this one is a good one. Because usually everybody asks what the best present was, and to take it on the plate, what is the worst present? And I don't want to make anybody mad. That's the hard thing about picking your worst present. Honestly, I think my worst present that I ever received was it was a Dollar Tree bear, and it sang and danced. It was something you would buy a little kid, but my grandpa's uncle bought it for me. He did all of his Christmas shopping at the dollar stores. So, yeah, it was a white teddy bear like this big, and you pressed it. I think he pressed its foot, and it did this. And I don't even remember what song it sang. Actually, I still think I have that bear in the closet. But I think out of every present, that is probably the worst present I ever received. If I would have been younger, it would have been different. But I was a teenager when I got that present. And I'm telling you, as a teenager, there's so much stuff I could go. Heck, now there's so much stuff I could go buy at a dollar store and be happy with. But as a teenager, I wasn't walking through a dollar store looking at a singing, dancing bear. So yeah. And for anyone wondering, my Uncle Bobby passed away 9 years ago. So yeah. I don't think I'm making anybody angry by talking about that present. Okay, all-time favorite Christmas food. Mm, I think it's angel food cake because it's just something that was classic that we did every year, and it's just it just feels like Christmas to me. Okay, real or fake tree? Fake. We have done real trees or live trees in the past, but typically we are more we tend we tend to lean more towards the artificial trees. Okay, do you last minute shop? Yes and no. Typically, the big gifts and the big presents are done early, and the stuff that I know, like the special gifts that have to take time to get here, those are done early. And then there are random little things like stocking stuffers or last minute items. And then there's always that one thing that, hey, we didn't get enough for this person, or oh no, we forgot about this one. So, yes and no, I am a last minute shopper. It just really depends on the situation. Okay. Favorite thing about Christmas? I think my favorite thing about Christmas is just the magic of it. It just feels Christmas just feels different. Even as an adult, the season is different. There's just something special about it. Okay, favorite Christmas flavor. Um, I'm not big on peppermint, so I'm not that kind of person. Honestly, I think my favorite Christmas flavor is kind of like the hot chocolate, because it seems like everything now is chocolate flavored, or they have some kind of hot chocolate anything, and I love hot chocolate, and I've made a hot chocolate cake before, and that's my favorite Christmas flavor. Okay, how have traditions changed since you were a kid? Um, Traditions have changed since I was a kid, since we're all grown up now and we're all kind of living our own different lives. When I was a little kid, winter break was spent at my grandma's, and we were decorating cookies and decorating ornaments and watching Christmas movies and hanging out by the fireplace and doing all that. And as we've gotten older, we don't do that. So, and then and then it's changed by how we celebrate, like how we used to go to church and do all that stuff, and we don't really do that anymore. And then there's the fact that we used to go to my great grandma's house, and she passed away 15 years ago, so we don't do that anymore. Then we don't do Christmas at my dad's parents anymore, because they're in their late 80s and 90s. So, yeah. We used to go over there and do that, and then we don't go to my grandma's house on my mom's side anymore on Christmas. That used to be a Christmas thing. Now it's usually a few days before Christmas, and really the only thing that's changed is where we go and what we do. Because I still like to make Christmas cookies. I still like to do Christmas ornaments. And I don't care, you do not have to be a kid to do that. And I still like to go drive around and look at Christmas lights. I just think there's something special about that. So the stuff I can do at home, it's more fun to have somebody do it with you. But you don't have to have somebody do it with you, because I can still turn on a Christmas movie and sit there and watch a Christmas movie. It does not matter. You do not have to have kids to do that. You don't have to be a kid to do that. More or less, the traditions of basically the traditions that have changed are just where we go and how we spend the days and on what days we actually go. Okay, so did you or do you use stockings? Yes, we use stockings. When I was a kid, my grandma bought all the stuff for the stockings, and the stockings were hers, but we did not know that until we got older. And yes, we still use stockings now, but it's a little bit different than how they were when we were kids. When we were kids, it was loaded with candy and an orange and an apple and a banana and a candy cane and maybe one or two small presents. And now the stockings are like a hygiene product or a self-care thing and maybe some candy. But yes, we do use stockings still. One Christmas thing that you think is overrated. Oh my gosh. the obsession with arresting the Grinch. I don't know why this started. Like, I understand he stole Christmas, so ha ha ha. But this is a Christmas tradition that started a few years ago, and I'm sorry, but it's stupid. It's just stupid. Stop arresting the Grinch. It's not funny. It is just stupid. Yes, he stole Christmas, but if you watch the Jim Carrey version, it explains to you why he stole Christmas. And I think that is one Christmas thing that is just way overrated. It's not, like, the going out to see the Grinch, I don't get that one either. I think that's because I like the traditions that are more like what we did when I was a kid. Like, we went to see Santa. We went to see Santa at the mall, or we went to see Santa at the firehouse. That is the traditions I like. The stupid traditions, like going to take pictures with the Grinch and having to have greens. I'm in northern Kentucky, so we do Cincinnati style chili, and everybody does green spaghetti and red cheese leading up to Christmas. I just think that's stupid. I don't know. So yeah, there are two things that I think are overrated. Okay. Do you do Christmas pajamas or ugly sweaters with the family? No. We've tried a few years to do the matching Christmas pajamas. It doesn't work. We tried doing ugly Christmas sweaters. It doesn't work. We're just not that kind of family. We all have the same pajamas, but do we ever all wear them on Christmas? No. And do we have ugly sweaters? Yes. But do we all actually wear them on the same day? No. I would love to, but we're just not that kind of family. Now, this year, the kids do have matching Christmas pajamas. And I've talked about that before in another video. I'm figuring this will probably be the one and only year that we get the boys and Nevaeh in matching Christmas pajamas. Because the boys are getting old, and it's kind of hard to find matching Christmas pajamas for a 9 and 11-year-old, and then finding the same ones for a 1.5-year-old or a 1.5-year-old. Okay, something you were looking forward to this Christmas. I just want to see how Nevaeh. I'm looking forward to seeing how Nevaeh reacts to presents. And how does she want to open them? Does she like it? Is she more interested in, I already know she's more interested in a box, but I'm thinking when she actually opens the present and it's something cool that she likes, that might change. But this year is more or less, I'm just looking forward to see how Nevaeh reacts to it all. Like, she loves the Christmas tree, and she loves taking stuff off of the tree. So, yeah, so I'm just really interested to see how she reacts to presents. Okay, when do you decorate and when do you undecorate? This year we decorated late. Typically we decorate Black Friday or December 1st. This year we decorated late, like I said. Typically we decorate right after Thanksgiving. Okay, so When do you undecorate? Typically before New Year's Eve. I know some people leave it up well into January. We are not those people. Christmas tree comes down as soon as possible after Christmas. Typically before New Year's Eve. If not on New Year's Eve. But typically before. So yeah, we get a good month out of it. Okay, have you ever opened a present before Christmas? No. And mainly this is because we don't put our Christmas presents out under the tree until Christmas Eve. Even as adults, Christmas presents do not come out and go under the tree until December 24th. Mainly because of the cats. And they would be ripping things open. But no, we do not put things under the tree before Christmas Eve, so we don't go sneaking around and opening presents. And we didn't even do that as a kid. It's like, I was thinking I don't remember looking for Christmas presents as a kid. And I know some people talk about they spent all of December digging through stuff trying to find Christmas presents. We didn't do that. So, no, we've never opened a present before Christmas. So, that's going to be it for this Christmas Q&A. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the red subscribe button down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye-bye.